It's Portland Bulldogs boys basketball on WPPS TV3. Brought to you by the Portland Public Schools. Promise, prepared, and empowered. Now we send you to the broadcast booth with Steve Schwartz and Frank Myatt. Good evening. It's January 2nd. And we're here at the Portland Expo for tonight's boys varsity basketball action between the Gorham Rams and your Portland Bulldogs. Steve Schwartz here along with Frank Myatt, Frank Healy on camera for WPPS TV3 Sports. Frank, Gorham comes in tonight 2-2. They're ranked about 6th in Class AA South. They are paced by Tom Nelson, number 12, with 11 points a game. Jordan Breton, number 30, has 12 points a game. They have three players who average about 6 points a game, and they did bring Scarborough to overtime before losing to them. They've beaten Massabesic and Sanford, lost to Deering and Scarborough. They come in tonight to play against a very potent 5-0 Portland Bulldog team.
Exactly, Steve, and as we saw against Deering, Portland really not even on their heels at all. They get behind a little bit. They always find a way to have a major run and come back in a game. And Steve, if you remember the last time we saw a Gorham team come into this building 2 years ago, they were able to knock off the eventual state champions.
Well, that's right, and then that led to a Portland 27 in 1 year. They still did win the championship that year. Portland is paced by Teron Moss with 18 points a game, Griffin Foley with 11 points a game, and coming up now out of the ranks is Simon Chadbourne. He's averaging about 9 points a game. He's got 11 three-pointers. Griffin Foley has 7, and Teron Moss leads everybody with 18 three-pointers.
Well, and really, Steve, that ability to stretch the floor, shoot from deep, and especially having a player like Chadbourne, and we saw glimpses of that in the playoffs last year, but when he's able to come out, be an extra long-range threat, it allows Moss and Foley to penetrate and still have that outlet to get to Simon for a three.
Folks, we're going to bring you all of the exciting action in a moment.
Welcome to the exposition building for Bulldog basketball. Tonight our opponents, Gorham High School, with a record of 2-2. The Bulldogs currently at 4-0. Here are the starting lineups at forward. For Gorham, number 44, 6'3", senior co-captain Sean Cogar. Number 20, 6'2", senior co-captain Griffin Foley. At guard for Gorham, number 12, 6'7", junior co-captain Tom Nelson. Forward for Portland, number 5'11", junior Pedro Fonseca. Starting the center for Gorham, number 52, 6'6", a sophomore Ryan Reno. Number 23, 6'5", junior Trey Ballou. At guard for Gorham, number 5'10", sophomore co-captain Nick Stout. Portland, number 12, 5'9", senior co-captain Manny Lugu. And the other starting guys are from Gorham, number 30, 5'10", sophomore co-captain Jordan Breton. And for Portland, number 4, 5'11", senior co-captain Ron Moss. The head coach of the Bulldogs. The officials for this game are Bob King, Mark McGinnis, and a certified athletic trainer is Ryan Lucas. And everybody please stand for our national anthem.
So here we go. 6'6" Ryan Reno is going to jump with our own 6'5" Trey Ballou. Mark McGinnis, the referee, will throw it up. Portland controls. Pedro gets it off to Griffin on the break. And now for three, Tehran.
Pulling the trigger early. And a good fight inside by Tehran to secure his own offensive rebound. Get the Bulldogs a chance to set up.
Just underway here. It's the calm before the storm as we're expecting a blizzard.
Yes, and currently rather chilly outside, Steve.
In the negatives. Tehran cuts through.
Fight his way in.
If he's not going to hit it from outside, he's going to bring it in. Splitting three defenders, 2-0. Minute into the game.
And Portland showing pressure with an unforced error there. Gorham's first turnover of the game. Gorham out showing his zone look.
Ooh. So they're going to double up on Tehran, and here comes Pedro now for three.
Good inside-out look, but rebound falls to the big guy, Ryan Reno. Portland out in typical man-to-man.
Five is Strout. He's a co-captain.
Nice little backdoor cut there.
Travel or foul?
And I think we're going to say that 44, Sean Pocock stepped on the out-of-bounds line. Gorham's second turnover of the game in as many minutes. And Portland will be back in business.
So 2 minutes off the clock. 2-0 is the score. The Dogs in front.
A little 3-2 look from Gorham. And we're going to have a hand check there on Pocock. Got a little bit too much of Pedro Fonseca. And official Bob King with the indication. It is indeed on 44.
Blue underneath, and he's fouled.
There'll be another one on Pocock. 2 fouls in about 2 seconds.
More foul, number 44, Sean Pocock, his second.
See Trey Ballou going to the line, shooting 2.
Trey Ballou at the line.
We'll see a substitute now as Pocock will take a seat, and number 32, Tyler Haynes, will check in.
Haynes, 6'2", 195 junior.
Ballou hits both. 4-0 Dogs.
And Portland still showing that relentless pressure.
Haynes is averaging 7 points a game for the Rams. Reno averages 6. And Strout
on his trap up top. Another turnover.
Averages 6.25. And here comes Foley on the break. And he's fouled. He's fouled by Ryan Reno.
Reno trying to go over the top and get the block. And Gorham coach Mark Carter is going to want to talk.
So we've got a Gorham timeout with 5:40 left in the first quarter. 6-0 Dogs in front.
Foley towing the charity stripe. Looking to make it a 3-point play the old-fashioned way.
Not that time.
Well, great box out by Pedro Fonseca, able to really move the big guy around. But Pedro will pick up a foul on that loose ball. The Gorham Ram basketball.
First Portland foul, Pedro Fonseca.
Be Portland's first team foul. And they're out showing that 2-2-1 press and another turnover.
Tehran from at the NBA three-point line. He hits it. His 5th point, 9-0. Portland in front.
And now, Steve, if Portland is able to create turnovers and turn them into three-pointers, that is going to be a very long night for Gorham High School.
Ooh, goodness gracious.
Another trap in the corner.
You imagine that. Because they've got an open player in the corner who's calling for the ball. And then draining the three for the first three of the game is Tom Nelson. The first points of the game for Gorham, 9-3 is the score.
Well, good penetration and kick out there by Moss. Inside out three. Foley's able to step right in and knock it down.
His fifth point of the game. You know, boy, times have changed from when we were playing basketball growing up, I'll tell you that. Kicking out the foul line shot to get an extra point. And when you have shooters like Griffin Foley, why not?
Oh, wow, and what a block by Ballou.
Here comes Teron.
And he will be fouled. Let's see what's on. If that's on Reno, it's his second in the early going. And it will not be. It'll be on number 30, Jordan Breton.
Gorham foul, number 30, Jordan Breton, his first.
He is the leading scorer of the Rams, but not tonight. No points yet. Well, that's an uncharacteristic miss there. Quinn Clark will check in for Manny Ugo, who's going to get some attention from Ryan Lucas, who's tending to him. A little blood, maybe. Teron misses both, and the rebound will come to Nelson. Now,
well, 6 turnover of the game over the top. We've seen that so many times, Steve.
Portland have any turnovers yet?
I have them at 0 so far.
Oh my goodness.
And they'll say Moss had a hand on the line trying to save that back in.
What effort, though. Simon Chadbourne is going to check in for Teron Moss, and Lino Ben is going to check in for Trey Ballou. So it's 14-3 with 3:41 left in the first quarter. Nice moving around the perimeter, but the rebound will come to Foley off the tip from Chadbourne. Chadbourne for 3.
That's just where he wants to be, Steve. Great look by Quinn Clark to find Chadbourne across the baseline. It'll be another timeout for Gorham.
And why not? 3:13 left, 17-3 is the score in the first quarter. So the ball will be taken in by Grant Nadeau, number 42.
Portland continue that relentless pressure.
Nelson. Oh my goodness.
I can't find the mismatches. Chadbourne's defending Reno inside.
And number 30 hits a 3, Jordan Breton. 17-6 is the score. Pedro is stripped. That is the first Portland turnover of the night.
Coming with 2:41 left in the first quarter. Coach Russo must be happy with playing relatively mistake-free so far. But nonetheless, turnover for Gorham.
Way downtown. Well, and back up and in for Reno.
And Coach Russo is going to want to talk.
So it's 17-8 with 2:22 left and a run for Gorham. So our other referee tonight is Bob King. Mark McGinnis here. The ball will be taken out right by assistant coach Carmine Rumo.
Coach Rumo getting a little airtime tonight, Steve.
He deserves it.
I would say so. He's paid his dues.
I'm going to have a little bit of a press here.
Gorham show a little three-quarter court pressure. That very easily could have been back court, but not called.
Nothing that Teron hasn't seen before. He calmly takes the ball.
Portland go with a smaller lineup here. Ben Fisher inside.
Foley floats it home. Boy, he has patented that move. Ninth point of the game. It's 19-8. Portland in front. By 9.
Another steal for Moss.
11.
His third steal by my count so far.
Ooh, goodness gracious. Splits the defenders, but
Chadbourne was sitting out of bounds. We're going to go to a jump ball here, Steve. So my guess is that referee Mark McGinnis saw that both players were out of bounds, both simultaneously making contact with the ball. So we go to the possession arrow, it'll be Gorham ball.
Tyler Haynes will check in now. Number 13, number 33 is Michael Knight in for Gorham.
Portland showing man-to-man pressure here. And we're going to have a hand check. Let's see who it goes against here.
Chadbourne thinks it was him, but no.
He'll go against Ben Fisher. Fisher's first. Portland's second team foul, as we'll see number 5, Nick Strout, go to the foul line.
He'll get his first point of the game. 19-9 is the score.
And don't look now, Steve. A little 7-2 run by Gorham here. Not willing to go down without a fight. You see Manny Ugu checking in as Moss pulls up from South Portland there.
And Ballou with the rebound and floats it home. That's a shot you can take if you've got Trey Ballou under there doing that. Ugu set to check in for the Dogs. So maybe they'll play for the last shot here. 12 seconds left.
And we'll have a foul on Moss. It'll be Tehran's first.
Number 4, Teron Moss, his first.
But not a great foul with 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Ugu checks in with what appears to be a bandage on his left index finger, Steve. As we saw him go over to the trainer earlier in the game.
Stephen Klatt is in for Gorham right now, number 50. A three-pointer by Breton. His 6th point of the game. It's 21-13. There's a second left, and Tehran lets it go and almost makes it. It's 21-13 at the end of the first quarter. So Trey Ballou will inbound it as we start second quarter action here on WPPS TV3. Steve Schwartz and Frank Myatt.
Oh, Chadbourne able to get behind the zone there. Just enough recovery by Gorham to prevent the easy three.
So Moss will take it instead. His 8th point.
Portland can beat you so many different ways, as we've seen for the last 3 years, Steve. And we'll have a turn up. Foot on the line, possessing the ball. Gorham's 8th turnover to Portland's 1.
Bodie Meter is checking in. He scored 12 points in the first game against Massabesic for Gorham, but he hasn't scored much since then. Did not play in the Deering game. Had one three-pointer against Scarborough.
The rebound comes to Stephen Klatt.
Gorham will slow it down. For the three, that's Tyler Haynes. It didn't fall.
Good ball movement by Gorham around the perimeter. Another offensive rebound by Michael Knight. That'll
then a turnover.
It's going the other way now.
I saw that you just looked down for a second. You look down for 1 second with this team, and look what happens.
Exactly, Steve. It's hard to even take stats.
They break the trap. A lot of substitutions here.
That shot wouldn't fall. Gorham another three.
That time it goes.
Certainly not afraid to pull the trigger, this Gorham team, Steve.
Well, we saw them in practice really nailing a lot of their outside shots. 26-16, it's a 10-point Dogs lead with 5:43 left in the half. And why not?
Another inside-out look. Teron Moss able to step into his shot again.
13th point of the game, his third three-pointer of the game. Oh, nice effort by number 30, Breton. See why he leads Gorham in scoring. 29-18. Ballou underneath. And he's going to draw the foul. It's going to be called on Meter.
And Coach Mark Carter's not amused.
Gorham foul, number 24, Bodie Meter, his first. 5 of the team.
Coach Carter been around a long time, Frank.
And Mark Carter's 33rd year of coaching, Steve. We saw him before his stop at Gorham, coaching for upwards of 20 years at Westbrook High School. But now he's gone one town over, and certainly a familiar face for Coach Russo, who has been coaching at Portland since, I believe, 1990.
5 state championships. It's Haynes with the rebound. Pedro Fonseca's checked back in for Ben Fisher.
Oh, just jumping the passing lane there. And Yugu, oh, and he gets pinned from behind.
Nice block by Haynes. He's done it all tonight.
And Haynes not giving up on the play there, showing excellent hustle for Gorham.
There you go again. Breton with the rebound. This time it doesn't fall, and Pedro will get the rebound. Looks for an outlet, finds it in Yugu. Splits the defenders, and goes in for 2, draws the foul. That's on going to be on Breton, his second.
What a finish by Manny Ugu there, Steve. Able to absorb the contact, maintain body control, and finish inside.
4 minutes, 6 seconds left, 32-18 is the score. Rebound by Will Prescott. Ben getting a hand on it.
And Gorham using back screens out of their offense. Looking to open up some cuts inside across the middle. Oh, good back door.
Right there. Strout with the basket.
Basket's good by Nick Strout.
Foul be on Fonseca, I believe.
His second.
4th on the team.
Team's 4th foul, and at the line shooting 2 will be Nick Strout.
Well, patience paying off for the Gorham Rams there. Just running their offense through.
Actually, I should say shooting 1. He already got the basket. So it makes it a 3-point play, 32-21, 3:20 left in the half. Dogs in front here. 11-point lead.
Oh, nice fight by Lino Ben, and he'll be rejected.
By Reno. It's going to be Portland ball, though.
Oh, just a split second late. Moss had a wide open look at a three.
So instead, he'll go in for the reverse.
No, not a problem for Tehran. Take away an open three. He'll drive past the two defenders and lay it in.
A long three for Prescott.
Prescott making Pedro Fonseca pay for overplaying that passing lane. And Gorham refusing to go away, Steve, keeping it a 10-point game here.
Ben. Well, good hands. What a move.
Good work inside, keeping his pivot foot. Just working around the defender and laying it in.
Chadbourne set to check in now. 36-24. Minute 42 left in the half. Portland Bulldogs in front here on WPPS TV3.
Foul on the arm. Strout will go to the line for two. Foul should be on Yugu. And it is Mandy Yugu's first foul of the game.
5 on the team.
Nick Strout looking to cut the lead to 10 again.
Nelson is in for Gorham.
The Portland ball off the deflection. 36-25 with 87 seconds to play. Comes the trap.
Oh.
Beautiful little floater by Moss.
Minute left here in the half. 38-25. It's a 13-point Bulldog lead.
Portland looking to jump in the press. Oop. Oh, really good recovery there by Portland, taking away an easy layup and forcing a low percentage shot.
Fully to Yugo. Oh my goodness. Oh, everything but ball.
Oh, Moss buries it.
Get out. Half a minute left. Oh my goodness.
Simon Chadbourne's first foul of the game. 22 seconds to play. Portland currently on a 9-1 run here in the last 2 minutes of this first half.
$14 seconds left.
Another unforced error. 12th turnover of the game for Gorham. Under 10 to play.
Foley.
Oh,
and
nice
in.
shot fake inside.
His first points of the half bring the Dogs to a 43-25 lead. So, Frank, the Dogs take an 18-point lead into the locker room on the strength of 20 points, including 4 3-pointers by Teron Moss.
And Moss, you said 20 points up there, 3 assists, 3 steals. Other scorers for Portland, Griffin Foley in double figures with 11, Trey Blue with 5, Simon Chadbourne 3, Lino Ben and Manny Yugu with 2 apiece. Leading the way for Gorham has been Jordan Breton.
Right, and he's got 8 points. Keeping Gorham's high scorers below double figures may be one of the keys in this game, or keeping them from shooting. But the other factor is turnovers tonight.
Exactly, Stephen. Portland doing an excellent job yet again of creating turnovers and limiting their own, forcing 12 Gorham turnovers just to go with 2 on their own.
It's 43-25. The Dogs are in front. We'll bring you second half action in a moment. We've got about a minute to go before we start second half action. Clay Hardy is in the house. One of the stars of the Portland championship season last season, Frank. And here we go. Sean Pocock will take the ball in. The first time we've seen him since early in the first quarter when he had 2 quick fouls.
Gorham trying to set up the post inside for Reno. Well defended by Ballou. They'll skip it around the top of the key.
Shooter is Breton. Strout up and not in. Ballou with the rebound. Manny now, he's got Fonseca open all the way on the other side.
Oh, I'm back to Fonseca. Nobody near him.
Oh, turnover.
And you know, Steve, as much as Portland is forcing Gorham into turnover situations, they've also been throwing the ball away quite a bit so far tonight.
Oh, that's right.
And against a good team like Portland, who will try to take the ball away 15 to 20 times a game, you really can't afford to give them any free turnovers.
Well, let's just say that the Gorham crowd thought that was offensive pass interference, possibly.
You see, nice dish inside by Yugu in traffic. Gets a Ballou for 2.
It's a 20-point Dog lead, 45-25 right now. Wow. There is certainly something going on between Fonseca and Breton. And the Gorham coach is apoplectic. Ballou gets his own rebounds, but there is big Reno in there.
And McGinnis and King really letting the big boys bang inside, which I think is good for both teams, Steve. Allow the players to decide the game on the boards and not the officials.
Here we go. Moss.
And this time it's Griffin Foley playing quarterback and Moss playing wide receiver.
Turnabout is fair play since it was just the opposite during the football season. Very, very tight defense by Portland tonight.
And Gorham not getting much off-ball movement in their offense.
Gorham substitution number 32.
Which is very difficult against a team of Portland's caliber.
Number 33.
Portland will play you tough and look to jump those passing lanes.
Now that's a nice move by Pocock for 2.
Moss slid over. Looked like he was going to try to set up and take a charge, but he went for the block instead. And Pocock able to score Gorham's first points of the second half.
Ooh, nice pass by Yugu.
Manny Yugu keeping his eyes open for his 4th assist of the game. Foley's able to finish.
49-27. A 22-point Portland lead with 4 minutes, 40 seconds left in the third quarter here at the Expo. Blue again. Oh, turnover. For what could be Portland's third turnover or so.
And that's the count I currently have, Steve. Of course, we are very unofficial up here in the booth.
About 10 less, though, than Gorham.
And good box out inside by number 32,
Haynes.
Tyler Haynes.
A nice move inside by Pocock for 2. So he has all of Gorham's points here this quarter, and that's 4. It's a 20-point Portland lead, 49-29. 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Pedro kicks it out. Oh, you could see that Foley was disappointed they didn't get that shot off.
Hard foul inside there by Sean Pocock. That'll be his third.
Number 43, Sean Pocock. His third, first on the team.
We've seen Fonseca bang around inside with the Gorham boys early in the second half. And finally the first foul call either way.
Ballou comes in to get it.
Oh, nice little jump hook there by Trey Ballou, Steve. We haven't seen a whole lot of post moves out of him. That's something that can really help Portland down the stretch. They're able to feed it inside, you can bang in there, and get a little baby hook like that.
Out of Portland's 5 games, Ballou's been in double figures twice. 13 in the first game against Noble and 10 against Massabesic.
That's Jordan Breton with 2.
That puts him into double figures, the first Gorham player in double figures. It's 51-31, the Dogs in front. 3:15 left in the third quarter. Here's Fonseca, cuts through at the foul line, turns and hits. His first points of the game.
A nice look by Teron Moss there out of the offensive set. And get Fonseca on the curl for the easy jumper.
Because the thing is with Pedro and as many of these players, their scoring statistics don't tell the whole story.
Oh, absolutely not. We're going to have a foul there, I believe, on Yugu. Wait for official Mark McGinnis. And he signals 12 for Manny Yugu's second personal foul. Portland's first team foul of the half.
Welcome foul, number 12, Manny Yugu, his second. First on the team.
But Pedro has been playing relentless defense against Gorham's number 1 scorer, who has pretty much hit his average, though. He's got about another 2 points to go before that happens. No, hitting the cutter through. Meter gets 2.
A little slice by Bodie Meter. Oh, nice backdoor look. Can't secure it. A Portland turnover. Now it's Gorham's turn to look to push. They'll pull it back. Try to set something up in the half-court game.
2 minutes left here in the third quarter. 53-33 is the score. Up and in, and Ballou with another rebound. Fonseca's got the ball. He's going to... Oh, in the last second, it went off of Pocock.
30, Simon Chadbourne is back.
And actually, not Pocock, but number 24, who is Bodie Meter. Quinn Clark now is checked in for the Dogs. Simon Chadbourne in, Ben Fisher in.
Such athleticism and explosion from Teron Moss there. Gets an inch, takes a mile, and an easy lay-in.
Breton from the corner for 3.
That was a 3.
13th point of the game for him. The Dogs lead to 19. Hand check.
And we're going to have, I think, an off-ball foul against Portland. No, they're saying it's against, was Moss with the reach. Off arm pushing off the offensive foul.
Well, Grant Nadeau has come into the game. Number 42 will take the ball into Breton. I don't know. Breton's got Moss on him now. He had Fonseca on him before. That's a nifty jumper there by Meter, who's come in now for his 4th point. 55-38, a minute 8 left in the 3rd quarter.
Portland setting up half-court offense.
Clark inside to Moss. Kicks it out to Foley for the 3.
Inside out. Foley able to step right into his shot off that inside-out kick by Teron Moss.
Boy, they are firing on all cylinders tonight. 20-point lead, 58-38. Half a minute left here in the 3rd quarter. Ooh.
Five seconds to play. It's Meter.
The long 3 doesn't fall for Knight, and so it will be a 20-point Portland lead heading into the 4th quarter. Here we go now to start 4th quarter action. If the weather holds up, we will be in Auburn at Edward Little for the next game.
Edward Little, one of 2 teams to hand Portland a loss last year in their run to the state title. Fisher shot no good.
Rebound will come to Meter. Oh, that's a very nice move by Haynes for 2.
Portland left him room and he took it.
Ooh, Fisher inside. Why not? Nice pass by Clark, too. He was so open that I saw it.
Well, good eye, Steve. Fisher's able to finish inside. I think Quinn Clark heard you on that one.
Way downtown for number 32, Haynes, and he hits it.
3, Tyler Haynes.
His 5th point of the game.
His 5th point in the last 3 seconds. At least the last 2 possessions.
Well, they're not going to let Chadbourne score, but he's going to do it a different way.
Steve, they were taking away his long-distance shot. He was just able to work his way inside.
Boy, he can beat you in many ways. We've seen that before this year. Lino Ben and Pedro Fonseca will check in as Chadbourne and Clark, Fisher and Clark will check out. Ryan Reno checks back in for Gorham. So their big man in the middle. He's got 1 foul. 62-43 is the score. 6 minutes left in this contest. Ooh, what a move!
Nifty bit of dribbling there, but can't get the shot to fall. Ryan Reno with the rebound. Gorham's looking to push.
Nice shot by Michael Knight for 3. 62-46 is the score. And then Chadbourne answers.
Well, he can't let anybody else take the credit for shooting, Steve. Simon Chadbourne just has to step in and do it himself.
Not that time. This time it's Moss. He sees Foley on the left side. He takes it himself. nifty passing, but Ben is going to get called for the foul.
And Gorham coach Mark Carter imploring his big man to run the floor.
Number 24, Lino Ben.
And Steve, we saw it last year with Charlie Lyle running the floor very well for a big man. That can really be a key for a center in any facet of the game, is being the ability to get up and down the court, being there for a rebound or a kick pass, really just clearing out space for a press break, or just the ability to clear the ball out.
I didn't recall seeing Reno in the act of shooting during that foul, but I think anytime you jump up with the ball in your hand, right, and you're near the basket, and I could be wrong to boot, but anyway, Moss with a great rebound. It's going to be actually a Portland ball, as it was tipped last by Gorham.
I think we call that a pass breakup if we were calling football, Steve. So tried to throw it over the top. Following the fly pattern.
Ben Moss will play pass. Interesting.
Let me say Moss stepped out of bounds. That'll be Portland's 6th turnover of the night.
It's a 19-point Portland lead as Trey Ballou set to check in for the Dogs.
Gorham coming out 1-4 high, able to get the shot in the corner. Breton getting his own rebound across the court.
Inside Torino, doesn't fall.
That'll be Gorham ball. Fonseca deflected it out.
Lino Ben is going to take a seat. Checking in now will be number 12, Tom Nelson. Co-captain. Nelson is the second leading scorer on the Gorham team. There's a turnover here. Chadbourne up and, oh my goodness gracious.
I'm not sure if I want to give Moss a rebound or Chadbourne an assist on that.
It's showtime. 67-46. I think there was an old musical called That's Entertainment. And that's exactly what that was.
Basket's good by Ryan Reno. Number 23, Trey Ballou is first. 4th on the team. Eric Shami, number 33, is in for Portland. Ryan Reno shooting 1.
Reno looking to make a 3-point play.
Question is whether you can see Coach Russo speaking with Simon here for a moment. And, you know, Coach has always said, for example, a dunk is you know, it can be explosive, but it's only 2 points.
That's true, Steve. In a game like this, with the game already well in tow, really kind of not too risky a play, but I'm sure something Coach Russo would not want to see in a 1-2 possession game.
Checking in for the Dogs is Derek Ishami. Oops.
Manny Hugo exclusively giving Bodie Meter his left. Meter misses the floater.
67-49, 3.5 minutes left. Shami had played in an exciting JV game that Portland won by 2 points.
A slightly wider margin of victory here in the varsity game.
Oops, almost a travel there, but not called, as that's number 21, Richard Greenwood.
And Ishami gives it up.
Breton breaks it. Fonseca is fouled by the frustrated Pocock, his fourth.
Gorham, foul, number 44, Sean Pocock, his fourth. Second on the team. Nick Stout, back to the also Michael Knight, the 33.
And it's Ron Moss will take a seat here. Under 3 minutes to play. Could very likely be the last time we see him on the court. By my count, 26 points for Tehran, along with 5 assists.
And multiple three-pointers. Simon for 3.
That will stay Portland ball. Deflection off Tyler Haynes. Over timeout for Coach Carter's Gorham Rams.
Timeout Gorham.
So Greenwood to inbound to Chadbourne, who will throw it up. That's a little off the mark. The rebound will come to Haynes.
Mark Carter calling for ball reversal there. Gorham really had a chance to open things up and finally get it around the horn.
In the corner for 3.
In and out from Meter.
Chadbourne with the rebound. Pedro in the corner. Ballou posting up and in.
Nice finish up high for Trey Ballou. Good look by Fonseca.
It's a 20-point Portland lead, 69-49. A minute 38 left in this contest. Nice three-pointer for number 32, Haynes. Second 3 of the quarter. All 8 of his points in this quarter. Nice feed by Chadbourne to Ballou. Who hits double figures here and is now 13 points. Had hit them. In the corner, Strout, no good. The rebound is going to come to Pedro. 1 minute, folks. 1 minute.
And here in the last couple of minutes, Steve, we've had a chance to glimpse into the future here. With returners on the court for Portland.
Greenwood fights hard inside, draws the foul. Probably it'll be on Strout. We'll see.
Gorham foul, number 5, Nick Stout. His first.
And will be on Strout. Greenwood going to the line for 2.
Those might be his first points of the year. Right there, his first basket.
And if that's the case, he is currently tied with Peter Gribben on the all-time scoring list with 1. We'll see if he can pass the great announcer. And he knocks down the second.
He does.
Of course, Mr. Gribben, a Hall of Fame announcer. So Richard Greenwood still with quite a bit to live up to.
That's right. He is in the Portland Bulldog Football Hall of Fame and wrote his own introduction that we were able to read and said that the only football he'd ever played was flag football at Jack Jr.
Pete, one of the best, and certainly one who would never pass up the opportunity to joke, self-deprecating or otherwise.
Pedro with the rebound. Chadbourne too far.
Pedro is kind of losing control. Portland's 9th turnover. And 28 seconds to play.
How many you have for the Rams at this point, Frank?
Well, I've got Gorham at 15, really kind of getting it under control a little bit in the second half, but that is in large part the Portland calling off the dogs on the pressure.
Breton downtown. Ballou with the rebound. Nice game tonight. Several rebounds for Trey Ballou. 73-52 is the score. Greenwood with the ball here. Shami comes out with the pink sneakers. Chadbourne will just cover it up. 73-52 is the score. The Dogs defeat the Gorham Rams. Frank and I will be back to wrap up with you in a moment.
Sean Pocock had 2 baskets for 4. Ryan Reno 2 baskets and a free throw for 5. Knight had 2 threes for 6. Nick Strout had a basket and 4.
So the Dogs with a resounding win tonight against the Gorham Rams, a 21-point win, 73-52, on the strength of high scorer Teron Moss, 26 points, 4 threes. But they also had Griffin Foley, 16 points with 2 threes. Simon Chadbourne had 8 points with 2 threes. And they really just spread it out very well tonight. Trey Ballou, 13 points as well, so several players in double figures tonight.
Exactly, Steve. Into the secondary stats, Teron Moss with 5 assists. Pedro Fonseca pulling down 4 rebounds, 4 nifty little assists from Manny Ugu. And Trey Ballou really controlling the glass in the second half, pulling down 6 rebounds, 5 of which came in the second half. As we really saw Portland just plain and simple outclass the Gorham Rams tonight.
They did indeed. The Rams were led by Jordan Breton with 13 points, including 3 3-pointers. And Tyler Haynes was next with 8. Their big scorer, Tom Nelson, was kept to 3 points tonight. One of their scorers, Nick Strout, kept to 6. Overall, a tremendous win for the Bulldogs heading into Edward Little.
Exactly, Steve. And as we said earlier, one of their 2 losses last year coming at Edward Little, so they get a chance to return to that gym in that hostile environment and really see if they can pick up a significant road win.
And we look forward to being in that hostile environment and bringing you the game. This is Steve Schwartz, Frank Myatt, Frank Healy on camera for WPPS TV3 Sports, saying so long from the Portland Expo, where the Portland Bulldogs are victorious once again. They go to 6-0. Good night.